Already we discussed the purification of water for domestic use. The different steps are involved. First step, screening, then aeration, then sedimentation, coagulation, filtration, disinfection. Disinfections are different methods: boiling, by passing UV light, by passing ozone, chlorination. The chlorination can be done either by adding bleaching powder or by chloromine. Now we can discuss breakpoint of chlorination. Breakpoint of chlorination refers to addition of chlorine to water in sufficient amount to kill microorganism and destroy it completely by oxidation. That is, simplifying the breakpoint of chlorination, that is by plotting free residual chlorine, that is the residual chlorine, free chlorine plotted against the applied chlorine dose along x-axis. Initially, the chlorine powder is added completely utilized for oxidation of reducing compounds. Then free amount of free chlorine, that is residual chlorine, is 0. Then that is the graph is started at this point, that is the point noted as A. Initially added is completely utilized. Again chlorine powder is added. That means that chlorine react with organic compound and amines present in water, forming chloro-organic compounds and chloroamines. That is, the amount of free chlorine amount, that is residual chlorine, increases from A to B due to the formation of chloro-organic compounds and chloroamines. Then again this formed chloro-organic compounds and chloroamines is completely utilized for oxidation of micro impurities present in water. That means again the free residual chlorine again decreases from B to C due to destruction of chloro-organic compounds and chloroamines. At this point C is called breakpoint. The breakpoint is the point at which, at the breakpoint, free residual chlorine begins to appear. The free residual chlorine is a powerful disinfectant. At this point, all impurities present in water is completely removed. That point is known as the breakpoint. At this point, the addition of chlorine added is called the breakpoint of chlorination. Addition of chlorine at the breakpoint is called the breakpoint of chlorination. C is the breakpoint. The amount of chlorine powder added to obtain this breakpoint, that is known as the breakpoint of chlorination. After the breakpoint, the chlorine is added, exists as a free residual chlorine. That is again the graph increases from C to D. That is the graph A, B, C, D. A means first A, then B, C, D. First, oxidation of reducing compounds by chlorine. Second, formation of chloro-organic compounds and chloroamines. Third, destruction of chloro-organic compounds and chloroamine. That is the breakpoint of chlorination. The breakpoint removes color, odor and taste from water. Destroy all diseases causing bacteria. Prevents the growth of weeds in water. That is the advantages of chlorination. Next, we can discuss water pollution. We know water being a universal solvent. It can dissolve both organic and inorganic substances. It is contaminated very easily. Then, major sources of water pollution are from domestic sewage, industrial effluents, and agriculture effluents. Then the visible sign of water pollution are bad taste, smell, and the unchecked growth of aquatic weeds in water body. That is the water pollution. Then the wastewater, the water pollution, that means wastewater of sewage. We know sewage is a liquid waste including human household industrial waste. That is the wastewater or sewage. The sewage contains both aerobic bacteria and anaerobic bacteria. Aerobic bacteria brings aerobic oxidation and anaerobic bacteria brings anaerobic oxidation. Both bacteria contained in sewage, that is the wastewater. First, what is the difference between aerobic oxidation and anaerobic oxidation? Aerobic oxidation takes place in presence of excess amount of oxygen. Then it takes place by aerobic bacteria. Third one, the product of aerobic oxidation are carbon dioxide, nitrate, phosphates, etc. These products have no offensive smell. Fifth one, no biogas fuel is produced. That is the aerobic oxidation. Then anaerobic oxidation. The anaerobic oxidation takes place in limited supply of oxygen. It takes place by anaerobic bacteria. The product of anaerobic oxidation are carbon dioxide, methane, ammonia, hydrogen sulfide, etc. These products have an offensive smell. The last point, biogas fuel is produced. As a product, we know biogas is a methane is the biogas. Then here one of the product is methane. That is biogas fuel is produced. That are the differences between aerobic oxidation and anaerobic oxidation. Aerobic oxidation, minimum 5 points of differences between aerobic and anaerobic. Aerobic means take place in excess amount of oxygen. Anaerobic, limited supply of oxygen. Aerobic oxidation take place by aerobic bacteria. Anaerobic take place by anaerobic bacteria. The product of aerobic oxidation, carbon dioxide, nitrate, phosphate, etc. These products have no offensive smell. The product of anaerobic oxidation, carbon dioxide, methane, ammonia, hydrogen sulfide. These products have an offensive smell. And aerobic oxidation give no biogas fuel. Anaerobic oxidation give biogas fuel. We know biogas fuel is the main composition, that is the methane. That is the differences between aerobic oxidation and anaerobic oxidation. Okay, thank you.